Last time we talked about diabetes night signs. That is the signs that you are going to see to know that you are having diabetes. And then I believe that you have watched the video. So today I want to talk about mastering diabetes. We're talking about mastering diabetes. That is how you're going to manage and prevent your diabetes. Let's recap. Last time that we talked about night signs of diabetes, we talked about sweating in the night, continuous sweating in the night. We talked about too much thirsty in the night, and we also talked about excessive urination and so many other things. Please, if you have not watched that video, do well to go and watch the video. It's loaded with a lot of information that is going to help you to live a healthy lifestyle. Remember, in this channel we talk about your health, and remember, a healthy person is a wealthy person. Your health is my priority. So thank you very much once again for joining. So today I want to talk about mastering diabetes. That is how we are going to prevent diabetes, how we are going to take care of ourselves anytime we are having diabetes. So let's go straight to the point. Last time we say that diabetes is a chronic disease. It's a chronic condition that affects almost millions of people. It affects so many persons all over the world, and it is characterized by a high blood glucose. It is characterized by a high blood glucose level due to insulin function or insulin production. Please, if you are just coming across this video for the first time, listening for the first time, please do well to like, comment, and share. Please do well to like, to comment, and to share. Thank you very much. Please tap on your screen for me. Tap on your screen. Tap on your screen, okay? Tap on your screen. So today we want to talk about the types of diabetes. We have type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes. That is to say that we have three main types of diabetes. We have type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and we have a gestational diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, these people are dependent on insulin throughout their life because their body attacks insulin production. Okay, now type 2 diabetes, they are insulin resistance. This type of people, they produce insulin, but they don't make use of it effectively. Okay, and now we also have gestational diabetes. When we talk about gestational diabetes, it happens to pregnant women. Gestational diabetes happens to only pregnant women. That is when a pregnant woman is diabetic only during the time of her pregnancy period. That is during the time of her gestational period. Now note that this type of diabetes, that is this gestational diabetes, it goes after childbirth. It disappears after childbirth. But also note that someone who is having gestational diabetes is at a higher risk of having type 2 diabetes in the future. Please do well to double tap for me, subscribe, like, put down your comment, and also share. Thank you very much once again. So I was talking about the types of diabetes. So now this we have talked about type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes. Now, in order for us to manage diabetes very well, to manage it effectively, in order for us to prevent it, I'm going to tell you one or two things that we are going to do in order for you to manage diabetes very well. Please listen to the end and remain blessed. Thank you very much. Please, you can share, subscribe, and also like the video. Thank you very much. So now I want to talk about the management. Type 1 diabetes. This type of diabetes, since they are on a lifetime insulin, it can also be managed despite the fact that they are on a lifetime insulin. It can also be managed through some certain things, such as drugs like medication, and also um, they can also change their lifestyle modification. Okay, it can be controlled also by insulin. Yes, either by insulin injection or by insulin pump. Now, type 2 diabetes can be managed or prevented through also through lifetime modification, exercise, and diet. Okay, now when we talk about, let's take it one after the other. Lifestyle changes, such as your diet. You know that you are what you eat. We are what we eat. So someone who is diabetic should be very mindful of his or her diet. Okay, I want you to focus more on lean protein, focus more on fats, on healthy fats like your avocado and so many other healthy fats, and then focus more also on fruits and vegetables. Yes, it's very important. Focus more on healthy fats, lean protein, fruits and vegetables. It's very, very important. And I always say, anytime I'm talking about fruits and vegetables, always take advantage of vegetables or fruits that are in season. It is going to help you to have a lesser expenses. Okay, it's very important. So you have to also reduce your intake of processed food, and also reduce your intake of carbs, that is carbohydrates, and your intake of sugar. I've talked about all these things in my previous video, so please, if you have not watched my previous video, you are free to go and watch it. I talked about reducing processed food, too much of sugar intake, and I also talked about reducing your carbs. Okay, so all these things, when you reduce, when you adapt all these things, when you start putting all these things in practice, it will help you to manage your diabetes effectively, either the type 1, type 2, or gestational diabetes. Okay, now let's also talk about exercise. Exercise cannot be overemphasized if you want to manage diabetes very well. And I also want to let you know that exercise cannot only be said, or you cannot only participate in exercise only when you are diabetic. No, exercise is very good for the overall well-being. Exercise is very good for your overall well-being. So if you want to stay healthy, if you want to enjoy a healthy life, you must do what? You must participate in exercise. Yes, you must always make sure that you take your time to have some exercise. Okay, and I always tell people that you must not go to the gym in order for you to exercise, like your gym center. No, there are some people that doesn't have that time, and you must not go there before you have your exercise. You can exercise in your room, in your house. Even as I'm sitting down, if I want to exercise now, I can do some exercise. You can do skipping in your house. You can jump. Do you know that dancing is an exercise? I've talked about all these things in my previous video. So you can also dance. Okay, for those of us that might think that maybe we doesn't have the time, please, you have to create time for it. It is for your own health. It's for your own good. So you must know how you put it. You know how your schedule will be in order for you to do what, to make out time so that you can exercise. And now when it comes to gestational diabetes, how we are going to manage it. You know that this type of diabetes always disappear, or it goes away after childbirth. Okay, but in a situation whereby it didn't go away after childbirth, your health professional is going to place you on either diet, or he's going to place you on drugs. Okay, but just like I've already said, that someone who is having a gestational diabetes should be very careful, because the person have a higher risk of having type 2 diabetes in the future. So if you are having gestational you are diabetic during your gestational period, you must be very careful so that after a childbirth it won't continue. But if it continues, there's no problem. Just talk to your healthcare professional and it's going to place you on medication, and it is going to go away. Normally it's not supposed to last because it's just only during the time of your pregnancy, that is the 9 months of a thing. So that is it. And then we want to talk about how you are going to also control it again when it comes to glucose monitoring. Yes, glucose monitoring. You must always make sure, as someone who is already aware that you are diabetic, you should have a glucometer in your house so that you can easily check it. I will advise you that you check it before eating so that you will know the quantity of food you are going to eat. For example, if you check it in the morning, like some people that doesn't have a stable blood sugar. Okay, if you don't have a stable blood sugar, for example, you check it in the morning and it's like less than 5, you know that you might take something in order for you to, or increase a bit. You can take a little carbs, a little carbohydrate in order for you to increase a bit. And now in the night, when you check it before you eat in the night and you check it, you find out that it's high, you know that you have to do what? Reduce your intake of whatever, like your sugar or your carbohydrate. So it is very, very important. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is, anytime you have this type of diabetes, be it type 1, that is insulin dependent, or type 2, which is insulin resistance. Okay, you have to take a very wonderful product which I am prescribing for anybody. It's not only for diabetic persons, but it's for any type of health problem. Is Jiximo healthy drink. Jiximo is 100% alkaline. Jiximo it cures several diseases. And now for someone who is diabetic, the person always have complication of not being of having a problem in wound healing. As I taking, and also the person normally have a problem in high blood pressure. So as I'm taking Jiximo and it's treating the diabetes, it is also taking care of the wound that you have, and it's also taking care of the high blood pressure that you are having. So if you find out that Jiximo is very very well packed, it's a very wonderful product that you won't miss if you want to treat this thing very well. If you want to treat your diabetes very well, or if you want to treat a diabetic person. Okay, so please, if you have question to if you have your questions, please put it down in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. You can also share the video. Until I come your way once again, I think by this time tomorrow, I'll still talk to you. We're going to be learning more about our health. Remember, this time I'm talking about your health and your wealth. Okay, so thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Until I come your way again, bye for now.